Hey everybody, it's Miss Hunsaker, and I'm back with another video to help you do Mathia. So hopefully you're able to log in. If you're not, make sure you go back and look at my other video about how to get into this. So on your computer screen, you should see a dashboard website looks like this. All right, yours will look a little different than mine because I've actually been playing around with this and I've completed. You'll see it says module complete because, I'm a math teacher, so when I get bored, I do math. Um, so unless you're like me and you've done a whole bunch of math on this, yours will not say module complete. That's okay. We're going to complete it. So for this week, we're going to focus on this one right here. It says FWPS, linear equations and inequalities. So this is a lot of stuff that we've actually already done in the classroom before we left. It's just going to be in a slightly different format and different wording than what you're used to. All right, so we're going to click down here. Your button will say let's go. See, like it says let's go down here. Mine says review because I finished it. Let's go. Click that button. All right, on yours, you will only have one option if you haven't done this before. And your option will be this linear function overview. That's where you have to start. You have to go in order with these, unfortunately. So down here, you'll see a button that says let's go. Click that, and you're in. All right, you get to this page. This will tell you what we're going to learn. So in this unit, we're going to learn how to solve for the slope of a linear function, determine y-intercept, determine the slope, and compare the slopes and intercepts of two linear functions. So remember, that word linear function just means a straight line. So we're going back, we're looking at straight lines only. All right, and then the only thing you'll have to do is click this button up here. Yours will say, let's go. Click it. Let it load. And you will come to the actual math. Woo! All right, so you can start this by doing a step-by-step example. Every time you start something new in Mathia, it will give you a step-by-step example. Highly suggest that you do them. All right, so we're gonna do our step-by-step example here. All right, so you'll notice that it's highlighted something in yellow. That means it's the first thing it wants us to do. And this is our example telling us what to do. So you've got this step-by-step example. Our first question, let's look at this. It says, because the terms of the sequence, it says A. Okay, so I have to pick something from this box here that says A. All right, because the terms of the sequence have a common difference, have a common ratio, are increasing, are decreasing. So I'm going to look over at my numbers here. All right, I've got my numbers. And I want to look, and say, okay, I start at 520. I go up to 530, 540, 550. Okay, so I'm kind of noticing a pattern here. 20, 30, 40. Looks like I'm adding 10 each time. If I wanted to check that, I could take out my handy dandy calculator. Here we go, got a calculator. I'm going to take the second term, that 530 right there. Whoop, where'd my calculator go? I'm going to type that into the calculator, 530. I'm going to subtract the first term, 520, 520, and I will see the difference between the two. Remember, difference means the answer to a subtraction problem. So I subtracted, the difference is 10. Interesting. Okay, let's try that with the third term and the second term. Two next to each other on the table. Highest one first, so 530 minus, oh, wait, no, I don't want 530 first. Sorry, guys, we want this one that says 540. So do 540 minus 530. Okay, so it kind of shows us what we already are thinking. There's a difference of 10 between each number in the table. So if I go back to my question, our step-by-step example also told us that 10 is added to each term. So we do that, we click this one that says have a common difference. Oh, Mathia, like that. You'll see you got it right because it became an answer, right? There we go. All right. So now it says, because the terms of the sequence have a common difference, the sequence is B. So to pick an answer here from B. Now, I know we haven't specifically looked at these vocabulary terms in our classes. That's okay. I will tell you for this unit, the answer to this question is always going to be arithmetic. You always click this one right here. There we go. All right, so now our step-by-step example is telling us what to fill in for this box. So we want to enter an explicit formula for the sequence. So it gives you everything we want here, but I'm going to show you how they get it. So I'm going to pull up a piece of scratch paper right here on my computer. So when you're doing this, you should have a piece of paper out in front of you. So the first thing I see is they want an explicit formula. Oops, come back, notepad. All right, and then in my example, they tell me the explicit formula for the arithmetic sequence is an equals a1 plus d n minus 1. So on my scratch pad, I'm going to write that down. An equals a1 plus d parenthesis n minus 1. Okay, I'm going to make that a little bit bigger for y'all. We can do that. Ooh, bigger, easier to read. All right, so this is our formula. So we have to fill that in here. First thing we need to know is, to help you out, this term A1 just means it is the initial term. So that means that that is the number in the first box of the table. Okay, so if we go back and look at our table, the first box here, the number is 520. So we would say that A1 equals 520. Oh, look, that's what our step-by-step example told us too. A1 is 520. All right, so the second variable you need to fill in is this one, D. So the letter D is we call it the common difference. Basically, that is just what is added each time. Oops. Okay, so what number did we say was added each time? Well, in this case, D is equal to 10, right? Add 10, add 10, add 10. There we go. All right, so those are the two variables you have to fill in here. So I'll highlight them in our original one. Okay, so we have to fill in the A1, and we have to fill in the D. Everything else stays as the letters. So if I were to do this on my scratch pad here, you'll notice that AN stays the same. And if you look over here to where we're actually going to type it in, they don't even allow you to change that to a number. They already wrote AN for you. It equals. So the thing that we're going to type in, we have to change A1 to a number. So you'll notice here A1 is 520. So we type 520 plus this letter D is the second one we have to turn into a number. D equals 10. We already know that. So instead of writing the letter D, I'll write 10. And I write parentheses. You'll notice I didn't highlight n minus 1, so that stays exactly the same. We just write n minus 1 close parentheses. All right, and that is going to be the answer that you're going to plug in. So all you're going to do is you're going to type this part as your answer. I'll highlight in a different color. That is going to be the answer going into this box right here. All right, got that? I'm going to type it in. So we had 520 plus 10 parenthesis n minus 1. All right, remember in Mathia, in order to submit your answer, you have to press the enter button. We got it right. All right, so our next one, we've got step-by-step example. All we got to do is click this button. They're going to do the work for us. Isn't that nice? Look at them. All right, I've noticed when I've been doing this that in these step-by-step examples, these boxes will pop up and they'll be in the way of what you actually want to look at. So remember, you can move them. Click, hold, and drag. All right, so what they've done here is they've taken the equation that we typed in and they have simplified for us. So they've taken this an and they've turned it into function notation. Remember, this is just a y. It's like y equals. We have 520 plus 10, parenthesis n minus 1. And then they did the distributive property, 10n minus 10, added things together, and we have this equation, 10n plus 510. All right, so our question is, this right here, 10n plus 510, which one does it look more like? mx plus b, ax squared plus bx plus c, or ab to the x? All right, if you picked mx plus b, this one right here, you are correct. Look, we're in y equals mx plus b, so that means we have a linear equation. Awesome, got it right. Okay, so looking back up here, all right, again, box is in the way. Step-by-step example. What does this line look like? Is it linear, quadratic, exponential, or another function? It looks kind of like a straight line. So if it's a straight line, it's linear. Click that. All right, and it's asking us now, okay, is the function classified based on the graph the same as the function classified based on the function? So it's asking us for the graph. We click the linear button. For the function, we click linear, so they are the same. Yes. And then the last one, it says arithmetic sequences belong to linear function family, which can be expressed as f of x equals mx plus b. So they will always be expressed like that. All right, we've done a step-by-step example. We're going to go to the problem. Cool. All right, so now is the problems where you're going to start getting, for lack of a better word, graded. So once you see these circles up here, you know you're in problems that mean that you're starting to get graded, and it's counting your mistakes. So again, we're here, we've got a new set. We look, because the terms of the sequence A, okay, it looks like we're adding 2.5 each time. So they have a common difference again. Ooh, got it right. The sequences, remember what I said, which one you always click? Arithmetic. Great, we got them right. And it likes to do this where it pops you down to the bottom of the page. Move it up. Okay, what about this one? It looks like it's a straight line, so we click linear. All right, and remember that formula that I had you write down on your scratch paper earlier? All right, so remember the equation that I had you write down on a piece of paper? This an equals a1 plus dn minus 1. So we look here, we're going to use that, and we're going to fill in the a1 and the d for this table. So if we look, okay, it looks like a1, the first number in the table is 1. And the d, looks like we're adding 2.5 each time. I'll say 0.25. So that means my equation, an equals, let's see, the first one was a1, so I have to put my 1 first, plus my d is 0.25, parenthesis, n minus 1. Remember, that stays the same. So I type that in here. 1 plus 0.25, parenthesis, n minus 1. Press enter to check your answer. Ah, we got it right. Okay, I'm almost out of time, but I wanted to make one little comment. See these circles up here? They're tracking you getting right. So basically, these are the standards that you're doing, right? Shows you that. If you get stuff right, they get filled in. If you get stuff wrong, they go backwards. So make sure that if you're getting things wrong, you're taking time and looking at hints. All right? And make sure to email your teachers if you have questions, because doing math on the computers is hard. So make sure you're asking questions so you're not getting stuck. All right? Have fun, go at it. Look at my other videos if you need some more help. Talk to you later.